Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and so hopefully this video comes out before Stranger Things 5 drops, because Stranger Things 5 is supposed to drop tonight at 8 p.m. and I wanted to get this out, but I just haven't had the time. So I finally found time on the day of Stranger Things 5, so I figured good as time as any, right, to try to get this out here, because I'm going to be answering the question, who's gonna die? Because Stranger Things 5 is the finale of the entire thing. And I am pretty sure that we're going to have not one, but two, actually maybe even three big death. Maybe even a death like at each volume, like a big one, like OG characters. So I thought, I put together a little list here of about the 16, I would say, main characters I think are going to die. Or rank them how likely they are to die, as well as giving you like my thoughts. Okay, so in last at 16, some of these could be exchanged, to be honest with you. Last at 16, I have Erica. I give her like a 5% chance of dying. I do think Erica is unlikely. I think she will make it out of the show alive. And I don't really have much to go off of. I could be wrong, but I just feel like we didn't see her until season 2. She didn't become a big character until season 3. And I just don't see why. I feel like there wouldn't be as much of an impact with her death. Especially, I mean, she's a really fun character, but I don't know, I don't see any story reasons to kill her off, except for maybe just to have a major death, and just be like, yeah, a major character died. And she's also, like, very young. Would you really do that to a young character? Well, actually, maybe, because we'll get to that later. Anyway, at 15, I have Robin, actually. I'd probably give her I'd go 15% chance. I feel like it'd be a bad idea to kill off Robin. I don't see why you need to. She's an even newer character, introduced in season 3, and I don't know. I think you could. I feel like I don't know. I'm not as worried about her dying. I can't really explain to you why. Maybe it's because she was introduced in season 3 so late into the show. But again, I have a hard time seeing a story reason as to why they'd want to kill her off. Again, other than just be like, oh no, a huge character has died. 14, I have one that might be higher on most people's list. That being Hopper, who I'd give a 20% chance of dying. I still say he's unlikely, but I'm not as confident. So here's the thing with Hopper is I do think he could die. The reason why I have him solo personally is because I think it would be a terrible idea to kill him off. And the reason for that not just because I like the character, but also just because you already did that. You already killed him off in season 3, and then you brought him back in season 4. So to me, it's just such a cheap. To me, it'd be cheap and just dumb to kill him off again. Like, really? You're gonna kill off a character twice? What are you, Loki? So that's why I have Hopper solo. It's just, I think the Duffers are hopefully better than just kill off a character we've already seen die. At least, I hope. At 13, I have Mike. I think he's possible. I'd probably go like a 25% chance that he's not gonna make it. I mean, he is like the glue that holds the party together, like Will has said. But again, similarly, I'm not as worried about him for some reason. Maybe I should, because maybe he goes. But I'm not as worried about Mike for some reason. Even though I feel like maybe I should be more worried because of him being the glue of the party. Next up at 12, I actually have Holly, who I also probably give a 25% chance of dying. Now, I feel like what's interesting is that she technically was introduced in season 1, but she never had a big role. We've seen her throughout all the seasons, but again, she was very young. Never had a big role. She won't have a big role until this season. I believe there's an episode called like The Vanishing of Holly. I almost said Holly Byers. Holly Wheeler. And the reason why I have her so high is because I truthfully don't think. I do believe that not all the Wheelers are making it out of the show alive. I think by the time the show is over, a Wheeler will be gone. And I think Holly has a pretty good chance at being that Wheeler. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, she's so young. And I did use that argument for Erica, so it's probably probably hypocritical of me to bring it up here. But I mean, that could be a way to get people's jaws dropped. If the goal is to have people be shocked and to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they just did that. It'd be to kill off the young one. I'm just saying, you kill off this kid this young, it's gonna have people shocked and talking. I don't think that they should, just because I think it's, you know, not the biggest fan of when they kill characters that are this young. But if they wanted a true shock, jaws dropped, oh my gosh, stakes are high, this would be the character to do it. Speaking of the Wheelers, at 11, I have Karren Wheeler, that being their mother, if you don't know. I don't. Maybe I should have included her on this list just because she's not as big of a character. But I kind of, like I said, I don't think all the Wheelers are going to make it out alive. Especially because I didn't think to bring up the dad, whose name I'm forgetting. Maybe it's because I'm just not worried about him at all, though he could possibly die. But I don't know. I feel like Karren Wheeler also has a chance of dying. She might finally learn what's going on in the town, which, well, with how we saw the town was left last season, and then it gets her killed. I don't know, but I'm a little worried about her too, so we'll see, like 30% chance probably. Now we come into the ones that I am truly, truly scared for their lives. With our top 10 being Johnathan, and I think I should have put Johnathan higher. I probably shouldn't have done this as a ranking because I honestly don't know how I would rank this, but Johnathan, I am scared for his life. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think that when it comes to the trio, this love triangle between Johnathan, Nancy, and Steve, one of them is dead. I don't think all three of these characters make it out. I'm positive that one of these three are a goner. We'll get to who I think it's going to be a little bit later. But I think that there is a very good chance that Johnathan does not make it out alive, because it's just possible that Johnathan sacrifices his life maybe for Will, maybe for his mom, maybe for Nancy, or what I think would be a nice twist for Steve, just because, you know, they kind of hate each other in the first season, and then they don't really interact in the other season, so it would be kind of a nice twist for him to sacrifice himself for Steve. But I could see him making the sacrifice, and then that's how Nancy and Steve end up together. That is a possibility, but not the only possibility, but we'll get to the other ones a little bit later, because at 9 I actually have Max. Oh, by the way, Johnathan, I'd probably give him a 75% chance of death. 9 I have Max, also 75% chance. This is another character that I have higher because I am kind of worried about her. Last time we left her in a coma. She hasn't woken up. 11 can't even find her consciousness. And I am scared for her life. Although, again, this is another character that I think it'd just be a terrible idea to kill her off. Because, to me, personally, if you're going to kill off Max, then you should have just did it. Like, to me, it's such a dumb idea to be like, it's such a dumb idea to be like, oh no, Max is about to die. And then, just kidding, she's not dead, just for the next to be like, yeah, she's dead. To me, I'm sorry, that's just a terrible idea. If you're going to kill off Max, you should have killed her off in season 4 with that finale, because I think it could have worked if they did kill her off there. Although I would have hated it, because Max is like my third favorite character in the show. I would have hated it, but it would have worked, and it would have hit very hard emotionally. So to me, if you just kill her off in season 5 now, then it's just like, why? There was no point in that. There's no point in her possibly dying in season 4. So although I am scared for her life, I think I have her somewhat lower. Because I think it'd be a terrible idea to do so. Next up at 8, I have Lucas. I do think that he could end up sacrificing himself for Max, or maybe even for Erica. But I do think that he has a good chance, 75% chance again, at not making it out of the show. And I honestly, I kind of see him make a sacrifice for Max more so than Erica, but you never know. Or maybe for both of them. But yeah, I'm kind of worried about him too, to be honest. Next at 7, I have Dustin, who I give another 75% chance. And to be completely honest with you, I'm just terrified for his life, mainly because he's my second favorite character in the whole show. So I'm obviously going to be more worried about my favorite characters than my non-favorite characters, just because I will be a wreck if Dustin dies. Do not kill him. Do not touch him, duffers, I swear. Because, to be honest with you, I can't really think of too much of a reason as to why Dustin would die, other than maybe Dustin pulls off a sacrifice for Steve. That'd be kind of crazy if Dustin sacrifices himself for Steve. Or maybe he sacrifices himself for the rest of the party. Or maybe they just kill him off to establish stakes. That's something I'll get into at the end quick. But, so, although for story reason why, I don't have much of a reason to worry about him for story reasons that I can think of at this moment. But I will say I'm terrified for his life, mainly because he's my second favorite character of the show. So, yeah. At 6, I have Nancy Wheeler. Again, I don't think all the Wheelers are making it out alive, and I also don't think that I think someone in that trio of Johnathan, Steve, Nancy isn't making it out alive, and Nancy would both cover both boxes. She's both a Wheeler, and in that trio, I could see her sacrificing herself for her mother. I could see her sacrificing herself for Will or for Mike. I could see her sacrificing herself for Johnathan, or I could see her sacrificing herself for Steve. Either way, I think there's a very good chance that Nancy does not make it out of here alive. 75% chance. And this could be a way, and that would be an interesting way to end the love triangle, and maybe even have, like, Johnathan and Steve hate each other season 1 and have not talked since. It could be a way to have them, I don't know how to explain it, like, bond over it, like be there for each other because they both cared for her, and now they both lost her, so that could be something that brings them together. I don't know, that could be interesting, just saying. But yeah, I'm very, very scared for Nancy's life in this season. But kicking off top 5 here, I do have Murray. I think he has a very high chance of dying, maybe like an 80% chance of dying. And the reason why I have Murray so high is just because, I don't know, to me he feels like a prime character to kill off, where he's not really a core main character. And the Duffers, you know, have killed off the more side characters recently in the previous seasons. But he's still been around for a long time. And he's become likable. So I don't know, for some reason I just have a horrible feeling that Murray has a very good chance of dying. Just because he's like both a main character but also not a main character at the same time. So it kind of like fits that box where our main character is still alive, but a character that we loved and has been around for a long time is gone. So scared for his life as well. I'm not going to lie to you, these top 4, I'm scared out of my mind that we're going to lose them. And I'd give them all like a 98% chance, maybe 99% chance of not making it through the season. That being 4, Joyce Byers, one of the characters who really started the whole thing, trying to look for her son. I could see her making a sacrifice for honestly almost anybody. For Will, obviously, for Dustin, for Hopper, for 11, or for another character maybe. But I don't know, I'm scared out of my mind for Joyce. I think there's a good chance that she does not make it through this season. Same thing goes for her son, number 3, top 3 actually now, Will. Will is one of the ones who started the whole show. This show kick-started with him going missing, and what a way to bring it full circle. The one who started it is the one who's going to end it. Maybe he makes he could sacrifice himself for really anyone in the party, like Mike, or maybe someone else in the party, or maybe his mother or his brother. But on top of that, maybe he just does the thing where the only way to kill Vecna is whoever kills Vecna is the one who dies. Maybe that character is Will, who lets himself be the one to die to kill Vecna. And that, therefore, he would be the one who both started it and ended it. 99% chance. Will, you can make the argument that he's the Iron Man of Stranger Things, and we saw what happened to Iron Man in Endgame. So I'm very worried about him. Another character I'm very worried about for a very similar reason, number 2, also 99% chance, 11. I think that she might not make it through the season. Again, you could also make the argument that she's the one who started the whole thing. You can make the argument that she's the Iron Man here because of the fact that she is the one that has the most connection to Vecna. Now, they did show in like the 5 minutes thing that in the trailers that Will does have a connection to Vecna that will be explored more. But 11 is the one who knew Vecna before he was Vecna, when he was 1. And that there's that connection there. 1 even wanted 11 to join him, and now he is very upset with her for what she did to him, trying to stop him. And she's also the one that opened the first gate. So this could be the one where it comes full season. She could sacrifice herself for Mike, maybe for Hopper, maybe for Joyce. Maybe, again, just the only way to kill Vecna is if she dies as well. And now, again, we do have the thing where it's like, well, she kind of already died in season 1, and then you brought her back. Are we really going to do that again? But I feel like it's more likely for her, 1, because it was so long ago now with season 1, but also 2, like I said, it'd be full circle. But yeah, and then the character I'm not going to lie, I'm the most scared about, number 1, Steve. 99% chance. I'm scared out of my mind that Steve is not making it through this season. First, he could sacrifice himself for Nancy, or for I could see him sacrifice himself for Dustin, or even, again, it'd be an interesting twist if he sacrifices himself for Johnathan. Don't do that, please, Steve. Or maybe, because we've seen Steve be selfless before, he could be the one that kills Vecna by being the one who dies. And you could make the argument that maybe Steve would fit that the most because of the fact that he is the one that started as kind of a jerk and a bad person in season 1. He's the one who started as a bad person and then turned into a good person. unlike the other characters that we really mentioned, who didn't really have that big of a character arc. And you could make the argument that maybe this will conclude his character arc. He pays for what he's done, but he's in the show that he really has changed for good. Sorry, I saw Wicked not too long ago. Can you tell? So from being this person, a selfish person, to sacrificing himself for others. That could be a full circle moment, which I would be a wreck if they did that, and I'd probably have to quit the show if they did that. So yeah, again, he's my favorite character in the show. So I obviously I'm gonna be more scared for my favorite characters. I'm scared out of my mind for Steve. Please let him live. I know he said that the actor has said that he has a good ending and that fans are gonna like it, but that doesn't mean he's gonna survive, like some people have said. Because Iron Man had a good ending to his story, but he didn't make it through that ending. So, you never know here with Steve. Please survive, Steve. So, yeah. And then I will say, that's pretty much all the character rundowns of who I think is not going to make it. Now, I will say, it would be kind of messed up if Steve gets killed for poor Dustin's sake. Because Dustin just lost Eddie. And you're really gonna, if they really take away Dustin's other older guy friend who's kind of like a mentor to him, that would suck so bad for Dustin. Although that would make it hurt even more. But just saying. But yeah, because like I kind of hinted at earlier, I do think that we're going to get 2 or 3 major deaths in this season, possibly more. I do think that somebody is going to die in Volume 1, which is tonight, to establish stakes. I think it's going to be a big character gets killed by Vecna or some sort of upside down thing, just to be like, oh shoot, things are real. You have to be scared. Anybody can go at any time, so be on edge. And then I do think that a big character will die in the finale on New Year's as a sacrifice, saving others and stopping Vecna. And I think it's even possible that another character dies in Volume 2. Or even more, but those are my 2 main predictions. Someone's going to die in Volume 1 to establish stakes, and someone's going to die in Volume 3 to save the day, to sacrifice themselves. So that's my predictions. Let me know yours. Who do you think's going to make it out? Who are you scared for who's going to die? And how many characters do you think are going to die? I think 2 or 3, maybe more, but I think 2 or 3 is like the main ones there. But yeah, thank you so much for taking time to watch. If you like this video, please hit like. Hopefully you got to see this before Season 5 starts, otherwise this list does not matter anymore, or maybe it does, because maybe no one died yet and they're saving it for the 2nd or 3rd volume, but we'll see. Thanks for watching, bye.